It's your Poets Corner, a safe space for our spoken word artists, those who use their words and the oral tradition really to bring inspiration. And Soleil is no different. She is definitely in that particular category. So great to have you on the program, Soleil.
Thank you.
Yes, I mean, greetings. And by all means, I want to get your story, because the piece we're going to hear later on, Two Negatives Make a Positive, was really the piece that got the momentum and got the ball rolling for you. But I'm sure in your quiet moments, somewhere in your room, somewhere in your quiet space, you would have been putting pen to paper a long time ago.
Yes, so I actually started in primary school with the 2 cents movement. Thanks to Darren Sandy, I always give him credit. And ever since then, I just had the love for spoken word, started writing, started competing, and here now.
So would you say primary school was, or was it secondary school that was the kind of like taking it now to our audience, being brave enough to step into a space with strangers to share? At what point that started?
Definitely secondary school, and that was pivoted by the National Poetry Slam. So that's when I really started to compete and really get my pieces out there and start performing for live audiences.
Soleil, Barrie, TNT Touching Base. I always ask every poet, at what point do you know your piece is finished? At what point is a full stop ever really truly a full stop with a piece?
Well, for me, I'm a person that really feeds into crowd response. So even when I would quote unquote finish a piece, I would always want to perform it in front of somebody. And if they give me a kind of or like a, ooh, that hits and little snaps and thing, then I know, all right, this is a set piece and it will hit.
Fantastic. Well, we're getting ready, and I know at home you could definitely do your snaps and ball your oohs and ahs. So we're getting ready for her piece. It's entitled Two Negatives Make a Positive. Soleil, Barrie, Touching Base. Let's make it happen.
Thank you.
The Poets Corner, brought to you by Flow.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Professor Barrie, and I'm here with you today to share on my theory that I have formed based off of a very common hypothesis. Now, if you're well versed in the subject of mathematics, you would well be aware that any two negative numbers, when multiplied by each other, no matter how large, will always result in a positive. So keeping that theory in mind, I have formed my hypothesis. You can throw all the negative insults you want at someone, and their response will always be a positive. I assure you. So I implore you, insult people to your heart's content, again and again and again and again and again and again and again, times it by 10, no fractions. That's the action with no infractions, because it can't be a crime to speak your mind. And some people in this world feel like if their words aren't heard, the world itself will stop revolving. But I thought we as humans on this earth, we were evolving. And I'm not talking about environment or economy, but irony, in joke, and pikung. Because we as a society have become immune to what I would refer to as negativity. But we Trini would call it small thing. But small thing must add up to something big. And you have sense. But the common sense is what we lack when every damn insult is a laugh and a kyak, kyak, kyak. And you know what? When people tell me things like, my forehead large, well, all I really know to do is laugh, because any other response is not accepted. And in order to be respected, you can't take things too serious, it seems too sensitive or inferior. But if it's every day for years, the joke only coming from here, it's not funny anymore. And the maths not mathsing. And the numbers keep adding up. But to you, it's only small thing. Well, now small thing is all I could do every day. Having to make sure I have at least 2 plaits reaching down in front of my eye, small thing. Dying a little bit inside when somebody's eyes meeting here instead of my eyes, small thing. Having people count on their fingers to see if it's really 4, small thing. Having people say, watch how big boy, right in my face, and I have to ignore, small thing. Starting to slowly believe that that is all people will see, small thing. Slowly chipping away at my self-esteem and personality, small thing. And I find not everything needs to be said, because I would be lying if I said these jokes I dismiss. ignorance really is bliss, because believe you me, myself as a baby would never once look in the mirror and have the reflection say back to her, something not right with your face and your features disproportionate. And when that baby finally learned to count, well, it's only negative 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 till sticks, and stones may break my bones, and words and all does hurt me. And I know that's not the saying, but I find it should change, because I put the blame on sayings like that lie, to give free range and blight to everybody that have something to say. But as long as math remains a fundamental, people will forever remain judgmental, and people with megalo self-esteem will forever foster from those with megalomaniac mentalities, and nobody will ever change the fact that -2 by -2 is somehow +4.
All right. Soleil, congratulations on the piece. I know that's one of your popular pieces.
Yes, it is.
Indeed. You have recorded. Is there any recorded performance of it online?
Yes, it is on the National Slam Poetry Instagram page. They have it there. That was from 2023 semifinals.
Fantastic. Plans to continue in the competition mode?
Of course, yeah. Slamming next year.
Oh, nice. And how could, in terms of your post up stuff within your social media handles and stuff, or you more or less leave some of your content on the Slam page?
No, I definitely do try to post up my stuff. I have my personal Instagram, soleil.labarrie, and on that page you could find my poetry page where you could see all my pieces posted up there.
Fantastic. Yeah, well, again, it's just a random question here, because I sometimes ask the spoken word artists and poets if at any point they plan to transition these pieces into music, any kind of musical aspirations at all, anywhere?
Interesting question. Well, I've been into extempo and different stuff like that, so the two worlds do tie together, so it's not to say I would be newly transitioning. I have done some work with that in the past, so definitely it is something that is probable.
The two worlds intertwine, eh?
Yes,
there's a beautiful intersection, and once you can marry the two, trust me, the world will be, trust me, it's yours. Any closing remarks as we wrap things up, Soleil?
No, that's about it for me. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to come and to perform here today. And I hope that it inspires somebody out there to start putting pen to paper and start performing.
Two negatives make a positive. Soleil touching base with us. Soleil Labarrie, as we again wrap up yet another amazing Poets Corner every single Friday. If it's one thing that we can guarantee, is that we will have a spoken word artist every single Friday here on the program, and we are thankful. We're going to wrap things up with some music, taking it to the top. I believe my good friends Lujo